Libra, what if your career path could actually fulfill your soul instead of draining it? In this reading, we are uncovering your core strength, your deepest motivator, and the impact you are here to make so you can align with your work, your money, your wealth with your true purpose. Hi, Libra. I'm Heather, and this is Dogstar Astrology and Tarot. Welcome to the pack. Today's tarot reading is all about purpose, specifically how your career, money, and long-term wealth connect to your soul's mission. This is a reading for those of you who know you are meant for more meaning, more alignment, and more fulfillment in the work that you do and the abundance that you create. We will be working with 9 cards in this reading, and I encourage you to stay until the very end because you will be invited to write down your purpose statement using the messages that come through with the first 3 cards, your core strength, your motivating value, and your ideal impact. This is about aligning your ambition with your intuition and stepping into purpose-driven success. So take a breath, set an intention, and let's see what the cards reveal. Okay, Libra, one final shuffle before we start pulling some cards here, and I just want to make sure that they are on the screen and you can see them. So this card here represents your core strength. You have the King of Swords. This next one here is your motivating value, the Ace of Swords. There's a lot of air energy coming out, Libra. This is your ideal impact is the Page of Swords. And then we move into your current role, which is Judgment, your pulse purpose, or purpose pulse, which is the star. And this one here, the high priestess, is your growth edge. This one here at the bottom is your support system. And then we have your next action. And finally, we have the legacy vision, which I think I'm going to pull a clarifier for that one. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Libra, your core strength. So this is the skill, the trait, or gift that you consistently bring to your work or service. And you have the King of Swords. No surprise there. You are an air sign. Swords represents air. It is the mind. It is the intellect. It's how we learn. It's how we think. It's how we express and communicate. And you have the King of Swords. So this is you being the master of words, the master of communication. Also, swords comes from a place of, again, logic and reason, the mind versus the emotions. So it's about, being fair, being just with this King of Swords. He's holding his sword of truth. And this really is this skill or trait that you consistently bring forward. You are a master of communication, a master of balance and fairness, a master of seeing a situation for what it actually is rather than from the emotional, letting your emotions carry you away and being able to see the logic and reason behind things. So that really is your core strength. And then we move into your motivating value, and you have the Ace of Swords. And this is really about it is communication, but it's also ideas and learning. And that is what motivates you. This is the value or principle that drives you to contribute and show up. And that is this idea of learning, your own learning and learning for others, helping others to open their eyes, to see things from a different perspective, a new way of doing things, seeing things, and being. And just understanding and always exploring the new. And that really is your motivating value. Page of Swords is very similar to this, but this is your ideal impact. So this is the kind of change or result that you feel called to create in the world. So this isn't just the idea. This isn't just the learning. This isn't just the new perspective or way of seeing things. This is you being the Page of Swords, where you are disseminating, you are spreading the word, you are the one communicating to others and teaching others and helping others and opening their eyes to the world and to new ideas, new ways of seeing things, and learning and understanding things. And that is really your ideal impact, is that you want to help take the wool off of people's eyes. You want to give them clarity. You want to give them new perspectives and new ways of understanding what's around them, and new ways of communicating too. And then in your current role, you have Judgment. So I do feel like this is really how your current job or project or study path, because some of you may be in school still, reflect or misalign with your purpose. So for many of you, you are on path, because that is what judgment says. It is that wake up call to your soul's purpose. So what it is that you're doing, your job, you actually feel quite aligned with it. Now, others of you where this is the opposite way, this could be you don't feel like you are on purpose at all. So I'm going to try and from here on out read from those two perspectives here, or at least these bottom cards read them from that way. So for some of you, your current role that you're in, you just feel completely misaligned, like you aren't living and fulfilling your purpose, and you are looking for that thing that is going to satisfy these first three cards. And for others of you, though, you do feel like you are connected to that, but you still want more. You want to make more of an impact statement out in the world. And I see that because of this purpose pulse. You have the star. So even those of you who feel misaligned, you're still going to have this star energy here in this purpose pulse. And this is where your energy is most alive and most aligned right now. And this is this hopeful optimism or belief that you can actually do something about your circumstances. So for those of you who are living your purpose and want more, you feel you are seeing the potential and the possibilities of growth for yourself and how you can expand your message out into the world. And for those of you unaligned, you are seeing the hope where, okay, maybe I can do this, and maybe I can, do courses or start putting feelers out there on other jobs or other things that I can do that are going to help me align better. Now, your growth edge here, you have the High Priestess. So with the one thing, being this sword's energy, very logical, reasonable, communication, learning. Sometimes because there can sometimes be a little bit of an emotional disconnect, not always, but sometimes, and that can make you at times out of touch with your intuition. So with the High Priestess, it's about learning, it's about knowing things just because you know them, right? Intuitively, you know them, you feel them in your body. So this is your growth edge. This is the skill or mindset or habit that can help you grow into the next level or purpose. And that means opening up your intuition and connecting with those emotions, especially for those of you who are not already. And for those of you who are, that's great, you're on track, but let's expand that a little bit more. Okay, and now your support system, love seeing this here. You have the Four of Wands in your support system. Community and friends and family around you support you. So this is the people, tools, or structure that help you stay grounded and focused. And really, it's your community. It's your close friends. You really feel like you have a lot of allies in your corner, and that is great. You have very stable foundations with your networking and your connections with other people. That is your support system. And then your next action, you have the Chariot. Anything that you're sitting on, any goals or visions that you have that you've been thinking about, but you've kind of been pushing them off, pushing them off, pushing them off, because maybe there's been a little bit of fear there. No, if you have a focused and clear vision of what you want to do next, do it. With the Chariot here, this is success with that, and with that next stage, that next step that you want to go into, and that idea that you have in your mind, but you've just maybe been afraid to, or maybe you've been feeling that the timing is off. The timing is right now. As long as you stay true to your vision and you stay focused and you're willing to put in the effort and the work, you will have success with it, with that Chariot here as your next action. Now, your legacy vision, this is what long-term contribution or career path feels most aligned with your soul's mission. And you had this Seven of Cups. So this looks like to me your big long-term contribution, or what feels aligned with your soul's mission, is with it being Cups energy. That brings other people into the mix. So like community connections and relationships. So it's about how you can be of service to others, how you can help others. But this is really about how you can open doors for other people and bring in opportunities for them, specifically when it comes to money, because that's why I wanted the clarifier. I wanted to know a little bit more to try and give you a little bit more of what area, like what is it that you can do. But it does look like, so for some of you, you might be looking at a job where you communicate information about resources that are available to people. And that could be social services, but there could be so many other things. It could just be people that are starting businesses, entrepreneurs, and where can they go for grants and things like that. And that's where that money aligns with it. That King of Pentacles here is the money, those opportunities for money. So you could be someone that's like that go-between person. Maybe you're helping people fill out grant forms or apply for things. If you're in financing, this could be opening doors for people because you work in financing, either whether or not it is investing or it is helping people with loans and securing funding so they can buy houses, buy mortgages, or other things. But it does look like you want to open doors and help people access resources in some kind of a capacity. And that is something that really has that long-term contribution feel to it and career path for you. So that is your reading, Libra. I hope you enjoyed it. Libra, before you go, take a moment to reflect on the three cards from the beginning of this reading and write down your purpose statement, your core strength, your motivating value, and the impact you are here to make. Let this be something you can return to when you are making money or career decisions. Purpose isn't something you chase, it is something you align with. Thank you for being here, for running with the pack, and for trusting the process. I'm Heather. This is Dogstar Astrology and Tarot, and I will see you in the next reading.